The theory of evolution says that all monkeys are our ancestors and that we have evolved from monkeys. I could see why some people wouldn't believe it. It sounds like something out of a science movie, doesn't it? The theory of evolution is actually very possible, and it is very likely that we did evolve from apes and monkeys. A Neanderthal is a type of monkey-like caveman-human hybrid. It was one of the first of our kind to actually start using rocks as tools, and that was a gigantic step for mankind because certain creatures never thought to use rocks or anything like that. Normally sticks or nothing. You can see in this picture here how it shows two monkeys have nothing. One has a club, the other has a spear, and then it shows us. Creaturism is the scientific theory that says that all animals and all life forms on this earth were created as they are now when the universe began. It's extremely impossible though because humans evolved. I mean, who doesn't know that? I mean, there's a lot of evidence. Currently, there's only one missing link. Now you can see here that there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Man, Neanderthal, monkey thing, and then ape, monkey. You get it. You understand the concept. But creaturism, again, it states that all life forms were created as they are now, in their present form. Again, it's extremely unlikely because, there's evidence. I mean, like, there's literally evidence. And if creaturism is true, then how come certain animals go extinct? How does that work? Now, by the way I'm talking, you don't understand where I stand in this argument. I believe that creaturism is very unlikely. I believe it's more likely that the theory of evolution is true, 100%. I'm only about 90% sure because there are like one or two missing links that have a gap from where we evolved, and it kind of puts a big thud in the theory, and it shows how even the smallest difficult part of something can make it very unlikely. And no, I'm not saying anyone who believes in creaturism is a lie teller or anything like that. I'm not saying they speak lies. I was not around when the universe began. I'm only 13. If I were around when the universe began, I'd be about 13 billion years old. That's a really long time. Here's how it went. Fish long ago evolved from amoebas, from bacteria and small life forms that were growing in water and lived in water. The fish grew legs and began to walk on land as evolution began. Now, it's very weird because you can't really see how we evolved, from monkeys that evolved from, and stuff like that. But, I'll explain it. The fish that grew legs began to form into a lizard. Okay? The little tiny lizard started to evolve itself, and it started to turn into a human-like being we would know today as a monkey. The monkey slowly learned and started evolving to the environment around it. This is also today known as adaptation. Many animals have to adapt to the cold or the heat to survive. Snakes, one hand, they have to get in the sun because they are cold-blooded animals. They have no way to change their blood, but they do have a way to keep warm by being in the sun. And during the winter, they bury themselves underground and go through the soil. Now, this little monkey started to become an ape. The ape learned on its own, and after thousands of years, it started to become caveman. Caveman is one of the earliest homonyms of human that was on this earth. The Neanderthal was next. The Neanderthal started to learn how to use rock tools. He began basically using rocks to do all things, you know, because he learned that rocks were sharp and they were good for things. Learned that they could be used for many things, and that does and did include cutting trees. They could, even after evolving 1,000 more years, they would actually learn to make tools with the rocks, like an axe, and even then started to use metal, which, you know, metal is very hard to find too, so they must have became very smart. Now, for some odd reason, when humans became humans 100%, they stopped evolving for many years. And it's very odd because if humans evolved from those monkeys and stuff like that, then how come they did not evolve themselves? You know, that puts a big thud in the theory. But then you think about it, humans have evolved. Today, people aren't being born with wisdom teeth because we have no need for them. Matter of fact, wisdom teeth can start to hurt when you become a teenager, and you can get them removed. You should search up the video Daniel After Dentist. It's hilarious. And actually, this picture shows what I'm talking about. We evolved from creatures like that to becoming all the way to a fish, to a lizard, to a monkey lizard, to a monkey, to an ape, and then human, you know? You just understand it, you know? Now, evolution isn't just of humans and apes. Evolution has happened in many animals. Like this little bug centipede-like thing. It's evolved so much more ever since this fossil was made. Looking at fossils in amber, you can tell that, you know, so many animals today look so different than they did back then because they've evolved. They've become different. They've become very different. They've learned different techniques of survival and stuff like that. A fossil of an octopus shows that octopuses have not evolved in the last 100 years or so, so that's just a little odd. As a scientist, it's my duty and utmost duty, do not make a joke about that, I repeat, do not make a joke about that, to learn and to share my knowledge with the world. That's why I'm making this video. Not to disprove anyone. Again, I state, I was not around when the universe was created. I do not know if evolution happened or not. It's just very, very likely. And you can believe what you want, I'll believe what I want, you know? Again, do remember that just because you believe something doesn't mean it's true. But it does give you a sense of hope, whether that hope's real or false. I hope you enjoyed this video and of